Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. We are literally in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but we have been chosen for this time and this evening. We are live on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show, Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch and Twitter, also the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, as I always state, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show almost 3 years ago. I always say that I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven. Tonight is no different than any other night. I can't wait to get into our conversation because this young man right here helped me out in one of my first series on Tubi. One of the best directors with Renika McQueen. This young man took me literally by my hand and walked me through me being nervous, me messing up, all of these different things, but we got through it. We made it, and we had a good time doing it. So I am going to read his bio as soon as I get this Facebook open. All right. Grover McCants, born in Detroit, Michigan. Grover began acting at the age of 5. That's what I said, 5. As the talking Christmas tree at Winterhalter Elementary School, again in Detroit. Throughout elementary, middle, and high school, Grover has been involved in drama, public speaking, and entertainment. Grover was a member of the Clark Players in Atlanta, Georgia, appearing in theater productions there as well as the Farmington Players in Michigan, portraying Reverend Sykes in a production of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird in 2011. Appearing as an extra in films such as Hoffa, Zebrahead, and Renaissance Man in the 90s. Grover was cast as the lead in The House That Broke in 2011. And the rest is history. So right now he's credited at 57. I'm not sure if this has been updated, but it said 57 in multiple leads, supporting and feature roles in independent features and shorts. This man has been busy. 2016, Grover was cast on TV One's Fatal Attraction in season 5, 8, and 10. 2017, Grover was cast in a recurring role on ID Discovery's Murder Chose Me as the lead character's grandfather. Grandfather Demery?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. The great Rod Demery, yeah.
Grover has won Best Supporting Actor in 2019 ICU Awards and been nominated in 2020 for Best Lead Actor in a feature for the title role of Solomon, as well as Best Lead Actor in a web series for his role in The Circle. This man has been busy. With a background in transportation, professional sports, working for the back-to-back Bad Boy World Champion Detroit Pistons, Comcast as on-air personality, director, producer of local programming and advertising, marketing expert with his own Hollingsworth McCants Media Group, which serves entertainment, political, educational, legal, medical, and business clients. Grover is well-rounded experienced individual who is a current doctoral candidate who also holds a Bachelor of Science in Marketing, a master degrees with an S in both psychology and business administration from Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona, where he is at this writing, pursuing a doctorate in performance psychology. I said this man was busy. A combination of versatility in film, theater, and television, as well as a wealth of life experience. This right here, just by this little paragraph that I read, makes Grover an actor who brings it by the second. This evening, I want you guys to put your hands together, stand up, clap, do whatever you need to do, and welcome Mr. Grover McCants to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're making me blush here. You know, I got to update that. That's some time ago. My beautiful daughter Jacqueline wrote that for me, and you know, I was surprised she knew that much about her dad. But you know, how these kids, you just dad to them, but I guess they keep a file on you. You know, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. So how I usually tell people how I met the guest or I was recommended by to this guest. So I got a call from Renika McQueen. She's like, I was just thinking about you.
The great, the Renika McQueen.
The Renika McQueen.
Yeah.
I had just recently had Renika on my show. And this is another reason why it pays to be nice. You don't know who knows who. And I was asking her about something else, and she inboxed me like, I was just thinking about you. Call me. And I'm like, really? So I called her, and she was like, I don't know if you're going to be busy, but I have a role for you. If I'll send you the lines, and if you can memorize, show up at this particular time, at this place, I'm going to put you in a series. And I'm like, me? She's like, yeah, you do all this talking. Why not? So I went in. I had no idea, no clue, never been filmed before, none of these things. And I had no idea what it takes in front or behind the camera. And this young man was laying in the bed, getting ready to be filmed. And at the point, I am a doctor, and he's just coming in or coming back from a coma. And I was nervous. I was blundering.
You can't say too much now because we don't want to give away their story.
Yeah, I'm not. I was blundering over my lines.
They don't know whether he died or what happened to him.
No. I'm not saying none of that.
I'm just saying, pull it out of there. See?
Yeah, I was blundering over my lines, and this young man grabbed my hand and was like, "You got it, baby girl. Don't overthink it. You know it. Just be comfortable. Just, you're a doctor and you just caring for your patient." And after a couple of those and him laughing and joking with me, the nervousness went away. And I just want to again thank Renika for the opportunity. Thank Kamal Smith for making it comfortable as well. Everybody that was in the room making it comfortable for me. But this young man talked me through this moment of, okay, you got to do this. Okay, now they got to go this way. I had no clue, no idea. But Mr. Grover.
Well, you did a great job. You did a great job, and you got great people directing you, and Kamal Smith, the great, incomparable, incredible, legendary Kamal Smith, as well as the great Renika McQueen. And those are two of the best at it. And you were in good hands from the start. So, all I did was just help you out, guide you a little bit. and you got it done. So that's what it is. That's what it's all about. And people will be impressed with your performance when they see the stranger in our house when it premieres soon on the network that's being negotiated right now.
Absolutely. I was excited for it to be my first time to, like you said, be in great company, be in great hands. And I had it under my belt after that moment. Um, so that was amazing. So I'm reading your bio, and it said you began acting since you were 5.
Yes, yeah, that's how I got started. And as a little kid, growing up when I grew up, which was in like the early '60s, was a time where 'cause I think that was 1961 actually when I was 5 years old because I was born in '56. So aging myself here, but I'm proud every gray hair is earned here. But yeah, that was my first role. It was the talking Christmas tree, and it was a lead role, but nobody saw me. They just heard my voice, and I was behind the tree, and all the characters would come by and have interchanges, interactions with me. And after that, I was just hooked. Every time I got an opportunity, I wanted to get on stage or get in front of a camera. And growing up in Detroit, there were not a lot of film or television opportunities, and like what's happening right now, we just have to make our own. So when I was fortunate enough to work, go to Clark, Atlanta, and get into Clark Players, we had a few productions down there, and we would tour around the South and do shows, and we would work with the students from Spelman and Morehouse and Morris Brown in the AU Center at the time. And it was back when it was called Clark College. So I'm really dating myself there. So I just was fortunate and blessed enough to have opportunities to do that. And I just never looked back. And every time an opportunity presented itself, I would, move forward, go audition or whatever I had to do to get in. And with the advent of technology now, before you used to have to be in LA or be in, New York, Chicago, that type of thing. But now, with technology, Zoom and those type of things and all that apparatuses they have, like on Actors Access, casting networks, you can pretty much audition anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
from anywhere for anything in any market.
Absolutely. So can you tell us a time where you felt like acting just might not be it?
Well, I think you have to be passionate about what you do, and you really don't look at it like that. And I never thought I would make a living acting. It was always a fun activity for me. So it was no different than golf or drag racing. I mean, I participated in community theater where you don't get paid. They work your behind off. They want you to rehearse every day, but it's about the passion with me. So I never really thought of it like that. Sure, you hope one day that you would be recognized and get an opportunity to be in, a major motion picture, things like that. But, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because I can think of all my buddies that pay those green fees. They join these golf clubs and they pay tons and tons of money to play that, hit that little ball. And they love doing it. And I always tell students, and children, figure out what you are so passionate about that you would pay somebody to let you do, and then that's what you do. And everything else, God will take care of all the rest. That's all you have to do. And I've been blessed. I mean, I've been on, national television, things like that. I've been in SAG movies and things like that over the course of my career, but I've never had, the type of thing where it's going to make me, 6, 7, 8 figures, but, we might get there. We don't know. But if we don't, that's fine because I'm just having fun.
Absolutely. That was one of the things that you just said to me in that scene before it was action is just have fun. Just have fun.
That's all it's about.
And we have been in situations that, you know, you're on a time, you're on a budget, you're on this, you're on that, and they want you to be perfect. And in that moment, it was grace given. And that's the part that stuck with me the most was grace. And to literally You're a newbie. You're not going to be perfect. You're a newbie. Give yourself grace. Everybody um, responds differently, especially when now the spotlight is on you. We could say all we want. Oh, if I was them, I would have did this and
Oh
did
yeah,
that.
yeah. The armchair quarterbacks, they call those people. They criticize every little thing, and we're all guilty of it. At some time, we think the Lions ought to do this. I've been arguing all week. I said, well, why is Mahomes the world champion, Super Bowl MVP? Why is he playing in preseason, but our Jared Goff is not? I mean, I have a problem with that, but I'm sure Coach Campbell knows much better than me. But I just believe, hey, need to be playing. I remember it took us 6-7 games to get our footing last year because we didn't play last year. So, I'm predicting the Lions Super Bowl appearance this year. So, I need them to back me up because
Right,
I've gone on numerous shows and predicted that the Lions were going to win it all, this year.
right.
But, what do I know? But that same thing with acting. Everybody has a critique. Everybody has a criticism, and it's amazing. I think it's a great feat for anyone to even complete a movie. I can't even tell you how many projects I have that are still, in the incubator or still waiting for this, waiting for that. A lot of times you don't even see your work come to fruition for whatever reason. But it's amazing and it's a miracle to even finish a project. So when you see an independent filmmaker finish a project, they have done something. Trust me. They really have, and they deserve the applause and they deserve their flowers. Believe me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the success that's booming on Tubi.
Okay.
I remember at one point I had never heard of Tubi, and everyone was talking about the different shows that were on Tubi. Some I was like, I will not sit here and watch this. I felt like that somebody just decided, hey, I'm gonna give me a smartphone and I'm just gonna film and then put it out. But nowadays, what I consider as a stream of TV, the quality has gone up completely. And Detroit, oh, is major
Well,
right now.
I would say right now, I would call Detroit, and you could quote me on this, and I'm going to anoint Detroit right now as the epicenter of independent film in the world. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say this. I believe this. I'm blessed to be a part of this. But Detroit, Michigan, USA, United States of America, is the epicenter of independent film. And we're not only talking about Tubi Sunshine, we're talking about Amazon Prime, we're talking about Apple TV, we're talking about multiple platforms, and very soon we have one of our own that I was blessed to be a part of, the great Darren Brown's Melanin, that is going to premiere on the CW this fall. And Melanin is a movie that is very important and it's going to change things. And I thank Darren Brown for allowing me to be a part of it, both behind the camera and on the camera, as Uncle Earl in there with the great, Sierra Angelina. It's mega cast, and it's just like one of the different films coming out here. But when you talk about Tubi and you talk about Dennis Reed II, you talk about Renika McQueen, you talk about Janaea Black and Rocky Black, her husband, you talk about, Richard Bass. I mean, I can go on and on naming these great, young, dynamic filmmakers that are really changing the world, and they're giving opportunities to a whole new generation of
Yes.
talent that is like no other that we've seen out here. And I put any of our talent against anybody on the A list. Anybody on the A list, if you want us, bring us up there and we will show you what it is. Seriously.
Absolutely. With Kamal,
Yeah,
not
Kamal
only
Smith, he spits out films. I think this man can crap out a film out of his butt if he wants to. I mean, he's just like turns them out like that, just like Dennis Reed. I mean, Dennis Reed makes films like a bodily function. I mean, he's like James Brown. It's a new one every week. Every week, Dennis Reed, boom. DR2 Productions. I take my hat off to them, and these young people just amaze me. They just amaze me, because they are incredible in what
Yes.
they do, and they
Not
make
only
it.
what they do, but their attitude, they're still approachable. And that's
Oh
the
yeah,
good
and the
part.
collaboration between all of us
Yes,
working together. All the filmmakers work together. We use each other's people. We use each other's resources, and it's just amazing the love that goes in it, because it's a
absolutely.
total universal love and respect. And this resonates down in Atlanta. It resonates in LA, Chicago. I mean, wherever I go, people are ranting and raving about the Detroit filmmaking community because they just cannot believe what we're doing. Because every time you turn the channel, there's something else jumping out.
Something else, yes.
Yeah.
Premieres all
Bringing it,
this past
bringing it.
weekend.
Yes, yes.
Deborah Spencer, the
Oh,
6
yeah.
Mile series,
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
all these different films that were
Yeah.
being premiered this week. I can't forget Joe Smith,
Oh
who
yeah, Millionaire Joe. That's another one. Millionaire
Millionaire
Joe, Bill,
Joe.
William McKinney. Yeah. Oh man, Delano Glass. I mean, there's just a plethora of incredible filmmakers that are just booming in Detroit.
Absolutely.
And I
And I
know the
like the fact
national
that it's
media has
not
not
just
got a hold
me.
of this yet. I know the local media is kind of tiptoeing around it, but it's happening right now. And you got so many. I mean, I cannot even name them all on this show. We got to have another show to talk about all these cats and
Yeah,
these ladies too.
they're
Desire Richards, that's another one that's putting them out. Roll Days on. I mean, you just go on and on and on. I mean, there is a whole 2-3 football teams of filmmakers in Detroit doing great work.
absolutely. And I like the fact that, like you said, they're giving people opportunities. If you want to, the opportunities are there. It's your commitment to the craft. Even in this moment, with Renika, it was okay. Now I have this bug. I went from Peerless Times to doing this, something different from the theater to filming, which was something totally different for me. Like, okay, so now I got the bug, and I was like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? What can I audition for? What can I do this and do that? And it wasn't even a point of, if you don't get it, guess what? Keep trying. Somebody will eventually say yes.
That's all you do. That's all you do.
I'm excited. I am super excited. I'm excited also that age doesn't matter. Like, you're still doing it, and people
Yeah,
know you.
yeah. I'm an old man, no question. Proud of it too. I'm an old man. I just turned 67, and I feel just like every day is a new day, and I'm excited to wake up every day, blessed to wake up every day. Yeah.
We
Thank
just
God for the wake up call every day. Like Dennis Reed
absolutely,
says, let's thank Jesus for that wake up call.
absolutely. We
Yeah.
had just talked about, before we actually went live, about your friends who didn't have that opportunity to wake
Yeah,
up.
we lost a great one last week, and I hope I'm not out of line, but attorney Ray Anthony Page is one of the best to ever do it. One of Detroit's most dynamic lawyers out of Eastern Michigan University and Detroit College of Law. We lost him last week, and that's a huge loss for the city of Detroit and the legal community. And that's my friend that I talk to on a weekly basis. So it's a huge loss. And, Ray Page, I'm sure everyone out there, if you don't know Ray Page, you heard of Ray Page, or you know somebody that know Ray Page. But Ray Page was the man. He was a lawyer's lawyer, a brother's brother, and a man's man. Great father, and just one of the best to ever do it. And we lost him last week. And at my age, it's like we we get that call, and I say I got to clean off my Facebook, but I won't delete people that have departed because I feel like I still have some kind of link or connection to them, no matter what. But that's God's plan.
Absolutely. We've been saying since young age that you have been a part of drama, you have been a part of public speaking, you are an entertainer. If you didn't have these opportunities, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, I mean, I was in transportation. I grew up with a delivery service. It was our family company where we used to deliver baggage from the airport. So I'm well versed in that. So we were doing like FedEx and DHL and UPS. We were doing that long before anybody thought of it. And my dad started that business, back in the 50s, and we carried it on until deregulation kind of took us out of the game, and big boys came in and undercut us. And then I had my stint with I was with the Detroit Pistons, and in the Pistons I worked in the front office, and I did sales, marketing, advertising, things like that. My grandson is trying to say hi.
Hey.
Okay, so he said, "Hey, Miss Sunshine."
Hey.
Yeah, that's Jackson. Okay, going back and play, man. I'm conducting the interview. That's my main man. He's been staying with me now, so I'm back like a little kid, playing with him. But at any rate, yeah, I pride myself on being a well-rounded individual. And then when it came to politics, that's another area that I excelled in, doing fundraisers and things like that. When I parlayed my real production company that started back in the 70s with Rico Jenkins, Garland Hardiman, and the late Richard Brooks. We started giving parties at all these elaborate places all around Metro Detroit. And then when we got a little older and some of our friends started running for office, we started using that, and we called it the real candidate. And we would use that to raise funds for their campaigns. And that's how we started. And then I also when with the Pistons, that was also one of the things that I did with the advertising, marketing, and coordinating player events and things like that. And I was in charge of giving the bad boy victory parties. So that was one of the things that I did. And we would be in Portland or LA when we were winning those championships, or over in Chicago beating up on them little Bulls, And then we would come home and we would go down to the old vault down on Bagley. We would go to Joey's on Jefferson, the former My Fair Lady, that was once owned by Bill Lattimore, the great Bill Lattimore. You also had, Piper's Alley. You had all these different venues that we would take and have parties at, and we would have the Pistons there, Royal Oak Music Cafe. And whenever we would win, every year we would have a season-ending party, and we'd have the championship party the night after the parade. So that was something that I did entertainment-wise. And then after I left the Pistons, I ran the Stain, and we called that the Stain, on James Cousins in Greenfield. And we had a great, great run there. We were there with the great John Rouser from the University of Michigan, Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers, Denver Broncos, Esley Thomas, of Modern World Coatings on 8 Mile. You could still go buy paint from ET over there. And we had great times at the Stain. I mean, that was the premier nightclub on the west side at the time. And then we had everybody running for anything, from Mayor Archer to anybody running for anything had to go through the Stain in order to get elected. And that goes, that's where I met Debbie Stabber now. I mean, people, the white, just like we just had Governor Whitmer last election cycle down at Friends on 8 Mile. And that's some of the bar staff from Anderson that now own Friends on 8 Mile last year. They worked at the Stain. They worked at the Limit. You know what I'm saying? They were part of that black owners bar, and they carried on that legacy right there with that couple owning that bar now going on 16 years now. They just had an anniversary party there, I believe. So, all of those people were, and he had Governor Whitmer down there. Governor Whitmer was down there hanging out with T. Wheel and Derek Coleman. All the fellas came down to see Big Gretsch, and Big Gretsch came through the Friends Lounge, so we had a ball. And that thing still goes on. I like to think I had a part of that where we take the neighborhood into the politics and had them come down. I was blessed to do a commercial for Joe Biden in 2020 that I did. If you go on my website, you might see that, where they let me freestyle a little bit, like some of my directors don't like me doing, but they let me do that for President Biden. And, we described his opponent in some colorful ways, I'll put it that way. So take a look at that on HMMGDetroitLLC.com, and if you're running for anything, we get it done. We've helped elect or re-elect over 52 judges to office in Oakland and Wayne County, we are the go-to people for that. Hollingsworth McCants Media Group. So you can look that up, and you'll see we have helped anybody who's anybody comes to me and they're honest and they're forthright, that we'll help them get there. I like to say I got judicial robes in the trunk of my car. And we'll get
Absolutely.
elected, just like if they get an appointment or something. But it's just fun, and I've always had fun. So if the acting, I mean, like I say, that's just something I just do. I mean, that's like my golf or my drag racing. Former street racer here. So I like to go fast, and that's one of my hobbies. That's one of the things I just like to do.
Absolutely. That's amazing because I would have never thought that. Never. So this is a good thing of a platform like this, again, where you get information you probably won't get from another platform. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in the whole you, not just part of where I interact with you. It started off with acting, but I'm sure that's not the only thing that we can connect with. With you telling us the story about your connections with politics, would have never known that. If I wasn't reading your bio, I would have never known that you were with the Bad Boys. And when I say Bad Boys, you already know exactly. You already know who it is. I don't have to go into details of explaining the Bad Boy era. Everyone wanted to be like us. I say us when I say the city of Detroit.
Oh yes, the Bad Boys is the embodiment of the city of Detroit. Isaiah Thomas, Benny Johnson, Joe Dumars. I mean, Dennis Rodman, John Sally, James Edwards. I mean, Rick Mahorn. That is the epicenter and the embodiment, the pure embodiment of that. They say that Fist downtown is Joe Louis, but I give the Bad Boys, that could be the Rick Mahorn's Fist too, because we took over the basketball world. We broke up the Jordan. We broke up the Magic Bird party, and we delayed Jordan's coronation until they had to change the rules for Jordan to stop us. And that's what it was. And it's just a shame that the NBA and the basketball world does not recognize the legacy of the Bad Boys and almost like glosses over us like that didn't even happen. But,
Yeah.
We have to keep telling the story of the Bad Boys. We have to keep letting people know, like Isaiah said, let it be known that the Bad Boys did dominate the basketball world for a good 4 years and should have won 2 more championships. Bird was out of bounds when he stole the ball, and that was a BS call on Lambeer in '88. We should have won 3 or 4 in a row. I have anything to say about it.
Exactly.
It's like they make like that didn't even happen. They make like it didn't even happen, and it's a shame.
Well, to be honest, after our reign, I wasn't really into basketball anymore like that. It was the politics for me. We're not gonna talk about that tonight, but again, we know the truth. There was a lot of things that was
1990, 2004, Detroit won in 3 decades consecutively. Not too many teams can say that.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is. That's a fact, and you can't take that away, no matter how they try to slay us or discount us or make excuses for us winning. They can't do it.
So one of the things that I love the most, especially dealing with wiser folks, I don't say seasoned, I don't say elder, I do say the wiser folks of our village. One of the things that you stated, or what your daughter stated, was a wealth of life experience. And I feel like our younger generation, my generation, have to take a stand, in sitting and getting as much wisdom as we can. Why do I say this? Because at the end of the day, at any moment, they can snatch everything from us. What they're trying to do, erase our history, take our books, do all of these different things that only those who lived in that time, those who shared their wisdom, can only tell us what was right and what was truth, facts, Or was that something somebody else made up? I am all for sitting down and having these moments of conversation with the wisest in the room.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I never want to hear or never want to see that wisdom went to the grave early and we never tapped in.
Yeah, well, there are things, people have to seek and ask for advice. And that's something I've always been a student of anything. I mean, I pride myself. I've been happily married for 30 years. I have two beautiful daughters. I have a great son. I have two grandchildren. And you don't get to have grandchildren. And, I mean, I'm sorry that my father did not live to see my children. So for me to even see my grandchildren is a blessing in and of itself. And you don't get that old by being stupid or doing stupid things. So that is one of the things that I pride myself in, being a, long-standing family man, where they say when them go to the store, a straight back brother. I'm straight back. Brother go to the store, go to run errands, you come straight back. Straight back home. That's what I mean by that. And it's just one of the things that we all have to look for others to share their wisdom, and we have to seek it. Because when I just spew it, I mean, then I'm maybe preaching and people may not want to hear that. But I like to be able to, share my knowledge and share, that, hey, like my father told me, son, I've been where the wild goose went. So anything you want to know about anything, you ask me and I tell you. If you don't want to know, you can go out there and bump your head and find out for yourself. But if you want to know about it, the wisdom and the knowledge is right here.
Absolutely. I had a conversation today. Well, actually, starting this past weekend, it was the idea, and I've heard this before, but I really believe it, that it won't always be like this, right? Even in the worst of the worst, whatever you're going through, that it won't always be this way. And even in understanding that life happens to us all, I don't care, black, white, young, old, it doesn't matter. Life is going to happen. And what you do with that is, I called someone, and I normally don't do this. This is how you know that you're maturing. Because what I used to do, I would have done. But this time, I called upon wisdom. What should I do? And those moments when I look at you is those moments where I can call and I feel comfortable in understanding that my life experiences someone has already done. I don't have to invent. You're the answer to my issue.
Right. And I have people that I call on for wisdom. I have older brothers. I have two older brothers, and they, I talk to them every day. I talk to them every day. I'm actually the baby brother of three sons in my family, and I have a younger sister, but, an older sister. And I reach out to all of them when I need advice, counsel, whatever. And you never stop learning. I mean, you learn every single day. I mean, you learn every single day. There's always something that's going to learn. And I remember there was a song back in the 70s, and I always kind of live by this, but he said, get what you got till you get what you need, y'all. And you got to give a lot just to get what you need sometimes, y'all. And I told my children that, and that's what it's all about out here. And that's Chuck Brown said that, I feel like busting loose. You listen to the words of his song, what he says, I mean, that is poignant, that, that is what the deal is out here. And when you look at life as a whole, I mean, it's really no different than the weather. Like Florida is going through hell right now with that big hurricane coming through there. California had it last week when that typhoon or whatever the hell that was. They had typhoons, earthquakes, everything down there. But then today it's nice and sunny. It's nice and clear. Now I was in Dallas working a couple of weeks ago. It's like 110 degrees down there. I mean, it felt like an oven when I got off that airplane. I mean, it's life is like weather. You're going to have storms, you're going to have clouds, you're going to have rain, you're going to have snow, sleet, hurricanes, tornadoes, all that, but then you're gonna have good days too. And you just gotta try to roll with all of it and you'll be all right. And no, it's not gonna last forever. Like you
It's
said,
not gonna last
might be a
forever.
bad day today, but like Lou Rawls said, the sun's gonna come out tomorrow, you know.
Absolutely. I think with us being spoiled with Michigan weather, because you never know what you're gonna get. One day, literally as a postal carrier, I had all 4 seasons in one day, literally.
Oh, yeah.
And Michigan will get you ready for everything. When I say the weather as well as life. I remember, I had decided to move to Alabama, and my mom was afraid. She was like, "How you survive Detroit and decide that you're gonna leave to get lynched?" And I said, "Mom, what?" She's like, "No." So the opportunity, she thought that this was going to happen to me because of what we have been stereotyped to believe. Not to say that lynching ever stopped. It was, if you can survive here, you can survive anywhere. And that was those moments also of, I was lived in Alabama for 10 years. And when I would come visit, she said, "Did you remember to lock your doors? Did you remember to roll up your windows? Did you remember to hide your purse?" And different things of that nature. And I was like, "Nah." She was like, "Well, that's your problem because you back home now." Not to say that all of these crazy things happen. It's just people in their mindsets of not assuming that all bad things can happen. Um, One of the things that I also get into is, of course, our village, but having a balanced life. What does that mean for you?
Well, as I said before, I've been happily married 30 years to my beautiful wife, Karen McCants, and she is also she's a real hero. I mean, a real hero. I mean, she changes lives every day. She works at Wayne County Community College in the RTC, the Regional Training Center, and she helps people become, truck drivers, construction workers. She ran the health information technology program there, and she's changed people's lives. I mean, people just don't understand how she impacts people every day. And she's also, a pretty good actress. She still works with me. And in fact, I was on Assassin's League this past weekend in Chicago, and yeah, she was able to walk on and play my wife just like that. No problem. No problem. Boom. And always has been supportive of me. And, that's what I mean. And our children, we have beautiful children. We're blessed to have beautiful children. And, that's the most important thing. That's number one, and I pride myself in being married over 30. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary this past February. And it's one of the things that I pride myself in. So those type of things, go along with everything else. Now all the nightlife, the partying, the Hollywood set and all that stuff. I mean, I've been out there to LA, spent a lot of time out there, went to school in Atlanta, hung out in Chicago all those years. We played the Bulls and everything when I was working with the Pistons, but all of that came full circle. And then, right now, I'm just an old married man, and that's that. And your kids come first, your grandchildren, of course, now they come super first. I mean, they take over everything, they control everything, and that's what I pride myself in doing. I like to set an example for other young people, that want to be, family oriented and that kind of thing. But that's all we have out here. That's all we have. As our family, because when everything is said and done, that's the only ones that are gonna be there for you is your family.
True.
And it's all said and done, and you take care of family, family take care of you.
Absolutely. So since we talked about all this drama and public speaking and entertainment, and you're good at it. So do you have any tips for up and coming actresses and actors?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just get out here and do it. You know what I mean? Don't think about it. If you decide that's what you want to do, then you go get your training. You know, you go sign up somewhere, get in a workshop, do community theater, you do student films at the various universities around Metro Detroit or wherever you may be. And you know, just get out there and do it. You know, just do it. That's the bottom line. Just do it. You know, you can get in the mirror, pick up your phone, you know, record yourself, and just go for it. Because there is a wealth of opportunity out here for anybody that wants to do anything regarding that. If you want to shoot film, maybe you want to be behind the camera, take your phone, go ahead and shoot something, make it. You know, get an editing program, software. You can go on YouTube and pretty much see how to do anything. You know, Apple has different programs like iMovie and that, and they walk you right through it. They have tutorials where you can look at how to edit your film and things like that. And then you just get there, you volunteer, you go to work for one of these production companies out here, and they will show you how to do everything, or you know, go to school. So it's out there. I mean, anything you want to do, you can do. And I mean, in any profession, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, whatever you want to be, just go out here and do it. And that's all I tell you. And you'll be fine.
That's
Don't
great.
worry about what the people say. People tell you can't do it. When they tell you can't do it, that means they can't do it. And they trying to drag you down with them. So don't listen to the haters and naysayers and the wish bears because they want you to be down there with them. They tell you can't do something. That's them saying they can't do it. But you can do anything you want. Just do it.
Absolutely. Again, I appreciate you coming through tonight to talk with us. Again, I know you have been busy, you've been on the road, and to be able to still come on tonight to have a conversation with us about your life is amazing, and I appreciate it. I do have a couple of announcements before I let you go.
Sure.
Um, Last October, again, I'm coming up on, before I even get to that, I'm coming up on my third year as a podcaster in September. So I'm super excited about that. Last October, I was able to write my first single book, which is The Blueprint Guys Design. It is on Amazon. Right now, you can put in my full name, Camila Foster, and it will come up. And that is the code to get to the book. Please support in that way. If you want to continue to help with funding for this actual show, again, as I stated before, I am trying to get to TV land from what I do here. You can donate at my Cash App at Sunshine Kamilah, Kamilah. That's how you really spell my name. Of course, I thank you in advance for all your help. This conversation has been sponsored by Black Top Streetball Association, My Heart Main Event. You know who And1 was. Now these are in this business is in the hands of all those players. They're coming back out soon, so check
Are
out
they
their
doing a
website.
tour? Are they
They
getting ready
will
to
be.
do another tour like N1
Yes,
used to
they
do? Oh,
will
that's
be.
great. That is
They will
absolutely
be.
great. Okay.
So go to their website, btsba.com. Just keep abreast on what's going on. You know how big And1 got. So now this is going to be in our hand for the culture. Alita Cotton, who is my heart, met her during perilous times. She has ginger and turmeric drinks that she makes. And when I tell you is the best of the best that I've ever tasted in my entire 45 years on earth. AC's T's 313-380-0321. She is on Facebook at AYECEE, and she do deliver. Again, you don't want to miss this. During perilous times, that whole winter time, I never got sick because I was drinking her teas. You already know what the healing properties of ginger and turmeric are. Again, this helps with all your inflammation, with your immune system, all these wonderful things Please support. Again, everything that I state here are all Black owned businesses, that people that I have used their products, that I service to. So it's not just somebody I'm talking about. These are people that I regularly support. Waffle Cafe Detroit, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have a new time on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, they just started brunch. Oh my God. And the times will be 11 to 4. You don't want to miss them. When I tell you, Larry Boog Phillips is doing a great job, and everyone who has anything to do with Waffle Cafe. Again, it's on the west side, 18685 Livernois. Phone number 313-739-6308. You don't want to miss their atmosphere. You don't want to miss their food. Their menu is great and it's not expensive. Again, support my friends. You can tell them I sent you. Great. He also has two businesses also that he started. Is Bug Event Space, which is in Oak Park, 313-469-2943. So if you want to have a birthday, if you want baby shower, all those great things, contact him on that. He just started his photography studio. It's going to be called Boog's Eye View. That is what is on IG. Get in touch with him. He is doing a lot, but he's good at what he does, let alone his DJ and everything else he does. And Alpha and Omega has gotten my hair to grow outside of me just getting it cut. Alpha and Omega Naturals.com. Please support my friend. Alpha Hair, just on her products alone, is down to the middle of her back, literally. Wow. My mom's hair completely fell out for health reasons. My mom's hair is completely growing back, and it's because of Alpha and Omega Naturals. So again, I'm not just saying this just because it sounds good. No, I use the product, and so does my mom. Last but not least, Sweetie's Day weekend. He's fine, but is he saved? Stage play that I will be playing the my dear. Please support Saturday, October 21st at 7 p.m. Sunday, October 22nd, 7 p.m. at the Henry Ford Civic Center. So right now, early bird tickets will end this Friday at midnight. General admission is $40. VIP is $60. You get great seating, light refreshments, and you get to meet the entire staff and cast of this wonderful play. That's Brother Man from the Fifth Floor from Martin, Jewel Tanker, and Dathan Thigpen from Sunday's Best, who actually won in season 8. So, and just to let you know, I do got a song with him. I'm just saying. Anywho, yeah, so you can get tickets from me. You can go to Eventbrite. You can actually put in the play's name and it will come up, or you can go to God's World. If you do any of those things, please put my name in so I can win this $100. Amen. Amen. So I done said all the church announcements for this evening. Mr. Grover.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any last words for the church folk?
Yeah, I want to say, God bless all of you, and I look forward to seeing it. I'm gonna do my best to get out there Sweetest Day weekend and see that. I've been hearing about that. And is that Mr. Hemphill directing that?
Yes, he is.
TJ Hemphill. That's another legendary Detroiter that we all marvel at, and he makes it be known all over the world what he does.
Yes, and he's directed
one of the best to ever do it. One of the best to ever do it. Yeah.
This is written by Kim Brooks, who wrote this book over 10 years ago, and now it is a stage play. So I'm glad that it's getting out. I want you guys to support this wonderful play. I'm not just saying it because I'm in it, but it's going to be an awesome, well worth your money. in the experience. So again, you can get the tickets from me for either day, Saturday or Sunday. You can go to Eventbrite. You can put in the stage play name, or you can travel to the west side and go to God's World and get the tickets.
Schaefer and 7 Mile. Yeah, I'm very familiar. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm excited. I'm excited for your life. I'm excited for all the things that you're touching.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. I mean, you know, I'm gonna do some selfless plugs right now, but Stranger in Our House, Renika McQueen's, it's gonna be a shocking television series. Is coming to a network near you very soon, and we will keep you posted on that when that's gonna come out, so we can see you out there in one of those episodes. And then we also have The Different Rules, which is a docu-series that's been worked on with myself and attorney Michael Fortner. That will be coming to a network near you soon. That's going to be, you know, really going to shake up the legal world. I can't say too much more about it. We've been doing private screenings around the city for the past couple of years with the participants, and now we're getting ready to unleash that and share it with the world. And it's going to be something very, very, special. And that's different-rules.com. You can go to that, and then, you can see what we're getting ready to do. And then we have, in fact, I'm going to perform at the Detroit Repertory Theater September 15th with the Writers Workshop there, Writers Showcase Workshop. You'll see 10 short plays there at Detroit Rep on the 15th. So we're working on that right now too. And then, we just have a lot of things going, a lot of things coming out. Surprise 2 just wrapped on that. Did Assassin's League 2 in Chicago. Did a Bally's Casino commercial. Did well in Dallas week before last. So I've just been really blessed to be busy and booked, every week, with something else going on. And, that's just a testament to God's work.
Absolutely. And again, I am proud of you as a Black man, as a successful Black man, a successful family man. Again, I'm proud to say that I can reach out to you at any time and you respond. And like I said before, it's very important to me in this stage of my life to be able to pull on wisdom and not have it to go to the ground and not being able to tap into it. So again, thank you for taking the time out when you could have been asleep. Or you could be.
I need to be. I had a rough last 72 hours of being like nonstop. And we're gonna keep it moving.
Absolutely. Yeah. Make you young, stay young. So again, I say good evening. Again, I will be back on this Thursday with Jason, the comedian. He's also in the stage play with me.
Okay.
So Jason Amerson will be here on Thursday again. The show is every Tuesday and Thursday, unless I have a special edition at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Again, please like, share, subscribe, let somebody know that we are here. The plan, of course, for all the village to get to TV land, because so again, I can't do what I do without you. So I will see y'all on Thursday.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.